Welcome, seekers of forgotten lore, to the Forgotten Compendium, where the dust of ages is brushed aside to reveal the timeless tales of old. Today, we open the weathered pages to the story of Persephone, a myth of beauty, loss, and the eternal dance of the seasons, woven into the very fabric of the ancient Greek understanding of the world. In the golden age of gods and mortals, when the earth was a paradise of eternal spring, there lived a maiden whose grace outshone the dawn. Her name was Persephone, known also as Kori, the maiden, daughter of Demeter, the goddess of the harvest, and Zeus, the thunder-wielding king of the gods. With hair like ripened wheat and eyes as bright as the first buds of spring, Persephone was the living breath of life itself. She roamed the fields alongside her mother, her laughter a melody that coaxed flowers from the soil and ripened the grain under the sun's warm gaze. Together they wove a tapestry of abundance, and the world flourished in their care. But not all realms basked in their light. Far below, in the depths of the underworld, Hades reigned over the silent kingdom of the dead. His domain was one of shadows and whispers, where the shades of the departed drifted in endless quiet. Though a god of immense power, Hades was solitary, his heart an unlit ember in the cold expanse of his realm. One day, as he peered through the veil between worlds, he glimpsed Persephone, radiant, alive, aflame against the darkness of his existence. In that moment, his heart, long dormant, stirred with longing. She would be his queen, he vowed, a light to pierce the gloom of his eternal night. With a nod from Zeus, swayed by the laws of divine will and perhaps his own ambivalence, Hades set his plan in motion. It was a day like any other when Persephone wandered into a secluded glade, her fingers brushing the silken petals of narcissus flowers. The air hummed with the song of bees, and the earth sighed beneath her feet. She reached for a bloom of breathtaking beauty, its scent intoxicating, when the ground shuddered and split asunder. A chasm yawned wide, and from its depths roared Hades in his ebony chariot, drawn by steeds with manes of midnight and eyes like smoldering coals. His presence was a storm, dark, unyielding, inevitable. Before Persephone could cry out, his arms encircled her, and with a thunderous crack, he bore her down into the abyss. The earth sealed shut behind them, leaving only a scattering of crushed petals to whisper of her fate. Above, Demeter felt the severing of an invisible thread, a bond deeper than the roots of the oldest oak. Her daughter was gone, stolen from the sunlit world. A mother's intuition, sharp as a blade, drove her to search the earth, across mountains, through valleys, over seas, calling Persephone's name until her voice was a wail carried on the wind. But no answer came. In her anguish, Demeter cast aside her divine duties. The fields withered, the trees shed their leaves in despair, and a bitter frost gripped the land. Mortals hungered, their prayers rising like smoke to the heavens. But the gods could offer no solace to a mother's broken heart. Helios, the all-seeing sun god, at last took pity and revealed the truth. Persephone was in the underworld, claimed by Hades as his bride. Furious and bereft, Demeter stormed to Zeus, her brother and king, demanding justice for her stolen child. Zeus, stirred by the pleas of gods and men alike, and perhaps by the chaos unleashed upon the earth, relented. He dispatched Hermes, the swift-footed messenger, to the underworld with a decree. Persephone must return to her mother. In the shadowed realm, Persephone had begun to see beyond the darkness. Amidst the gloom, pale flowers bloomed, ghostly echoes of the world above. And Hades, though stern, showed her a quiet reverence. Her fear softened, replaced by a tentative understanding of the god who had taken her. Yet when Hermes arrived, Hades revealed a cunning truth. Persephone had tasted the food of the dead, 6 ruby-red pomegranate seeds, their sweetness a fleeting comfort in her captivity. In Greek lore, The pomegranate was a symbol of life's cycle, of fertility and death entwined. Because she had eaten, she was bound to the underworld for 6 months of each year, 1 month for each seed, while the remaining 6 she could spend with her mother. Thus was the rhythm of the world forged. When Persephone ascends to Demeter's side, the earth awakens in jubilation. Flowers unfurl their petals, fields ripple with golden grain, and the air is sweet with the promise of spring and summer. But when she descends once more to Hades, Demeter mourns, her sorrow cloaking the land in autumn's amber shroud and winter's icy veil. This myth, the ancients believed, explained the turning of the seasons, a cycle of growth and decay, life and death, as eternal as the stars. Persephone's tale is more than a story of abduction and return. It is a journey of transformation. From innocent maiden to queen of the underworld, she embodies the duality within us all, the light and the shadow, the bloom and the withering. Her myth reflects the Greek understanding of nature's balance and the unbreakable bond between mother and daughter. Even in the depths, beauty persists, and love can take root in the unlikeliest of places. Through the centuries, Persephone has inspired poets, artists, and dreamers. Her story whispers of resilience, of the power to endure and rise anew. As we close this chapter of the Forgotten Compendium, let her tale remind us that even in winter's grasp, spring lies dormant, waiting to be reborn. Thank you for joining us, Keepers of the Forgotten, until the next tale calls us back to these ancient pages.